Hi guys, my name is Caitlin Michael. I'm gonna do my literature review report about two interesting facts I have found while doing my research in the past few months. But first, I want to talk about my thesis statement, or my research question. I want to find out about the possible factors that causes school guidance counselors to have a negative effect on their students, mostly around, well, I'm doing this around elementary to high school students in all three areas. Now, what I have found, going to high school, I have found that the high school guidance counselors mostly concentrate on getting their students to college and not other areas like, say, military or getting them ready for workforces. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you can agree that college is not right for everyone, so why send them off to college if college is not right for them? For example, when author Thea Tucker talked about her experience when she was in high school in Louisiana, she first wanted to be a model and wanted to go to modeling school, but she was denied it by her school guidance counselor, claiming she was denied this by her school guidance counselor and wanted her to go to college instead. For school guidance counselors, when their students think about other things besides college, they view them as having lack of ambition, which is obviously not true. They might have ambitions for other things, like, say, have ambitions for joining the Air Force, the Army, or even go straight to work. Not everyone is looking to go to college. And it's not just for school guidance counselors. It's not just for students who have some problems. I think school guidance counselors also have their setbacks because they also have their own problems. For a lot of schools, they have a lot of workload, more than usual. They sometimes take responsibilities of other staff members in school, which causes their workload to double, maybe even triple. That causes work burnout. They are exhausted, and they cannot do their job. And for college students or even graduate students, I think we can all agree by having a major workload, we can all agree it's exhausting, and we can't think straight or even be with our friends and family. We can't act straight. So I have a question for other members of school. Why bring all the workload to the school guidance counselors when they're already overloaded by hundreds of students they have to counsel? It's not just the overload of work. What I have found is that sometimes they often don't feel satisfied with their work. They question about their own work in guidance counseling if they are satisfied. I have found a research saying that the older someone is, the older the school guidance counselor is, the less they are satisfied with their work. This is the same when they are working overtime. They often question if they are satisfied with their jobs. If they're not satisfied, then they can't work right. They won't help their students. It's often hard to really understand what's going on behind school guidance counseling, because oftentimes when we think about school guidance counseling, we think of the positives, that they often help their students. They help them get ready for the future. But what is the future? Is the future in college or work, or going to work, or even going to the military? And how do they work? How well are they doing their jobs? That is the question not many people are looking into. My research finds out the possible factors that causes the students to have a negative impact that causes them to question, that causes them to be less satisfied than when they are when they enter the school guidance counseling, and then when they leave, they feel less satisfied. They often question, they they might say, that didn't go as well as I hoped. And why is that? School guidance counseling is not perfect, and no job is perfect. With my research, I want to find out any mistakes school guidance counselor made in the past. And as a future guidance counselor myself, I want to find out their mistakes so I can learn from them and be a better one in the future. Which means it's a good idea to explore other options besides college, and to make sure I manage all the workload and still counsel the students. The research I have found is very fascinating. Because again, the guidance counselors often focus on college rather than other works. And sometimes they don't even realize about any help they need. School guidance counselors often feel like they don't need help, or they think that they can do all the work themselves, when in reality, everyone needs help from time to time, even school guidance counselors. The people you go to for help often need help themselves. So you never know. I have a suggestion for school guidance counselors who are overloaded with their work. Get some help. If you feel overworked, then talk to someone you can trust. Because asking for help and knowing when you need help is the first step to feeling less stressed. And by de-stressing yourself, you feel better, and you can do your job better. And if you do your job better, then you have better work, and you could do a better job with helping your students in school guidance counseling, and they'll feel even better, School guidance counseling is not easy, and it's even harder when you're overworked, and when you're feeling stressed and not satisfied. Because unsatisfaction can often lead to problems, and problems in schools is not good.